Hi, why didn't you answer me yesterday? I called you 1,000 times.
I'm so sorry. It was a very busy day yesterday. I was unable to call you back.
Really? What did you do yesterday morning?
Well, I got up at 6 o'clock yesterday morning.
And then, what did you do after getting up?
After getting up, I had breakfast.
How long did, how long did it take you to have breakfast?
It took me about 15 minutes to have breakfast.
So, it took you about 15 minutes to have breakfast.
Yes.
And then, what did you do after having breakfast?
After having breakfast, I went to school.
What time did you go to school?
I went to school at 6:30.
So, you went to school at 6:30, didn't you?
Yes.
And then, what did you do after going to school?
After going to school, I had lunch.
What time did you have lunch?
I had lunch at 12 o'clock.
So you had lunch at 12 o'clock, didn't you?
Yes.
And then, what did you do after having lunch?
After having lunch, I took a nap.
How long did it take you to take a nap?
It took me about 2 hours to take a nap.
So it took you about 2 hours to take a nap.
Yes.
What did you do after taking a nap?
After taking a nap, I did my homework.
What time did you do your homework?
I did my homework at 2 o'clock.
So you did your homework at 2 o'clock, didn't you?
Yes.
And then, what did you do after doing your homework?
After doing my homework, I went to work.
What time did you go to work?
I went to work at 5 o'clock.
So you went to work at 5 o'clock, didn't you?
Yes.
And then, what did you do after going to work?
After going to work, I had dinner.
What time did you have dinner?
I had dinner at 7 o'clock.
So you had dinner at 7 o'clock, didn't you?
Yes.
And then, what did you do after having dinner?
After having dinner, I surfed the internet. After having dinner, I surfed the internet.
How long did it take you to surf the internet?
It took me about 3 hours to surf the internet.
So it took you about 3 hours to surf the internet.
Yes.
And then, what did you do after surfing the internet?
After surfing the internet, I went to bed.
What time did you go to bed?
I went to bed at 12 o'clock.
I see. So you really had very busy day yesterday, didn't you?
Exactly. How about you? What did you do yesterday morning?
I got up at 6:30 yesterday morning.
And then, what did you do after getting up?
After getting up, I had breakfast.
What time did you have breakfast?
I had breakfast at 7 o'clock.
So you had breakfast. So you had breakfast at 7 o'clock, didn't you?
Yes.
And then, what did you do? What did you do after having breakfast?
After having breakfast, I visited my friends.
I'm sorry. How long did it take you to visit your friends?
It took me about 3 hours to visit my friends.
So it took you about 3 hours to visit your friends?
Yes.
And then, what did you do after visited? And then, What did you do after visiting your friends?
After visiting my friends, I had lunch.
What time did you have lunch?
I had lunch at 11 o'clock.
So you had lunch at 11 o'clock, didn't you?
Yes.
And then, what did you do after having lunch?
After having lunch, I took a nap.
How long did it take you to take a nap?
It took me about 2 hours to take a nap.
So it took you about 3 hours to take a nap. I'm sorry. So it took you about 3 hours to take a nap.
Yes.
What did you do after taking a nap?
After taking a nap, I watched films.
How long did it take you to watch films?
About 3 hours to watch films.
So it took you about 3 hours to watch films?
Yes.
What did you do after watching films?
After watching films, I had dinner.
What time did you have dinner?
I had dinner at 7 o'clock.
So you had dinner at 7 o'clock, didn't you?
Yes.
And then, what did you do after having dinner?
After having dinner, I surfed the internet.
How long did it take you to surf the internet?
It took me about 3 hours to surf the internet.
So it took you about 3 hours to surf the internet. I'm sorry. So it took you about 3 hours to surf the internet?
Yes.
And then, what did you do after surfing the internet?
After surfing the internet, I went to bed.
Yes. What time did you go to bed?
I went to bed at 11 o'clock.
So you went to bed at 11 o'clock, didn't you? I'm sorry. So it seems that you also had very busy day yesterday, too?
Yes.
Oh, it's late. I have to go now.
Never mind. I'll call you tonight.
Okay, see you later.
See you later.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.